Hello everybody, my name is Eric Ramirez 101 and welcome back to another live stream. Wait, okay, that's me. Okay, I'm just waiting for people, so just give me a few seconds and I'll wait for some people. Hang on, I don't want you to see what's going on. That's better. Okay, I muted it. That's better. And I'm sorry I don't have my webcam on right now because I don't have that kind of setup yet. So, hey MMA, hi Emily. Long time no see. So you guys will see what I've been working on momentarily as soon as I get to the entrance. Hi Emma, not please. Okay, I'm just taking care of some last minute things. So you're probably wondering what on earth has Eric gotten himself into this time. You'll see in a few seconds, people, don't worry. I'm just fixing up some stuff here and there. So as you notice, I'm playing RCT3, but there's something special on the other side of this massive, on the other side of this big hill here that I'll lead you to. So, has anyone been having a good week so far? I just thought I'd wait for more people or something. I hope you get 2.2 thousand really soon. You deserve it. Aw, thank you. And yes, my week has been good. Okay. I'm just finishing up some... How is yours? Mine's been hectic, but it's okay. So you guys are probably wondering what's on the other side of this massive hill. Well, you got a glimpse of it, so I might as well show you anyway. So real quick, just let me take care of something real quick, because I don't want you to see this. Let me see. Hey, I can see myself. Let me see here. So, as you guys probably know, I have been playing RCT3 for a while, and so that is why I have taken it upon myself to construct a replica of the western end of Disneyland, including New Orleans Square, Critter Country, and everything like that. So, wait, hang on, I missed it. I messed it up. No way. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm going to show you guys my progress on it so far. Okay. Oh, the music was timed perfectly. Okay, so what is on the other side of this? Well, you already caught a glimpse of it, but I can't hold my excitement any longer. So once you go through this entrance that I've done, and you go through this massive looking hill, you come out on the other side and you see... Oh. Wait, okay. Let me just climb over. So after you climb out, you see this. You see all of this that I've done. So this is everything that I've done. In the last 3 months or so, I've constructed a giant park that is the western end of Disneyland, including Critter Country, New Orleans Square, and the Rivers of America, and everything on it. So yeah, that is what I've been doing. Video over. I'm just kidding. So, I'll just let you guys experience it for a few seconds. So this is what I've been working on. As you can see, you can pretty much tell what everything is right away. And so I'm gonna go in a counter, and I'm gonna go in a clockwise direction, going around the Rivers of America, and then make my way over to Critter Country, which I just finished. And then we're gonna experience some of these rides before the park is even open. I think I might actually get the park open today. I don't know. So, what are your guys' opinions on this? Here, I'll fly around so you can see. It looks a lot better from the ground. This is great! Why, thank you. It was a lot of the small details that took forever. But don't mind those rocks. Okay. So this is New Orleans Square. Over there is the Haunted Mansion, as you can see. Over there is Splash Mountain, and back there is the new railroad area that was added in 2017. And this island in the middle is obviously Tom Sawyer's Island. And I made it look like a giant replica of, what is it? Those rocks. I believe you mean Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Oh yeah, my bad. So this is supposed to be Tom Sawyer's Island. There's not much to do here, but it is beautiful though. Okay, so I'll make my way to everything else as soon as I get a foothold on everything, so that we can make our way over to New Orleans Square, which is tree, get out of the way. So New Orleans Square is over there. It's where a lot of the detail came from. So okay, so let's start. Okay, so coming down this pathway, we immediately reach the boat landing, which is where the Mark Twain riverboat is. It took me about 9 in-game years to build this, when in reality I've been playing this game off and on, so it's taken me a little over 10 years in the game to do this. And automatically things start looking familiar. Like, you can see the Haunted Mansion, you can see Splash Mountain off in the distance, which we will go on, and New Orleans Square, obviously. The idea that I had behind this was I wanted to create just Splash Mountain, but however, over time it just grew into something big. What's that sound? Oh, it's the train, okay. I forgot to turn it off. That's better. Okay, so coming up this pathway, we get to the boat landing. Now, I know that this is in the wrong area. This is supposed to be down here, but however, I had to move it here because I can't make, like, diagonal stations in this game. So basically, the rafts that take you to Tom Sawyer's Island are right here, and they are basically little aquatic boats. So, opinions on this so far? Emily, I'm looking at you, even though I'm not seeing you. I've not looked into this game much. Are there any animatronics? No, there aren't. This was way before Five Nights at Freddy's. This game came out in 2004, so basically, Colby Horton, hey buddy. Awesome, congrats on 2,200 subs. I mean, oh yeah, 2,200. This is actually this is actually a very early, subscriber special, because I thought that this would be right. I'm actually going to be making another video on this park eventually, just as soon as it's all open. Which I might actually have it open today, if I can check everything off and make sure that everything's good to go. So, making our way further down this pathway, we come to New Orleans Square, which is honestly my favorite land in Disneyland, because of its sheer elegance, design, and all of its amazing grill work that you see around. I actually studied my friend Alex the Historian's video on New Orleans Square in order to figure out what it looks like, and I tried everything I could to make it as accurate to the original as possible. And as you can see, it is a square pretty much. I mean, you got a nice big squarish looking thing. Not necessarily FNAF, but are there any audio animatronics? There are. There's like little fake figurines that I put around. I'll show you those in a few minutes. I think New Orleans Square is the most beautiful part of Disneyland. Besides Fantasyland, obviously. And as you can see, I put a nice looking grill work everywhere as well. However, the one thing I couldn't put in here was I couldn't put any kind of furniture inside either. here, so basically all these buildings are just shells on the upper levels, but on the bottom levels, like in this one, I actually turned them into basic, gift shops and whatnot. And I used videos that I've taken at Disneyland as reference. So there's the French Market, there's Cafe Orleans, which I have eaten at. There's like a bunch of little side streets and everything like that. And obviously I had to have the Disneyland Railroad, don't pay attention to that. So this is the Disneyland Railroad, and you're probably wondering, does it go over to that new section? Yes, it does. And it actually goes right behind Haunted Mansion, and it goes through Splash Mountain, this looks so realistic. I love Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. I thought everyone forgot about Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. I thought I was only a small part of a few handful of people. I'm so happy that someone remembers it. Thank you so much, Colby. So this is what everything looks like from the ground, and as you can see, it's very windy, very up and downy. It's very weird. The Haunted Mansion took forever. I studied a bunch of photos and a bunch of videos around the internet when I was building this place. So here is one of my favorite attractions, which is the Haunted Mansion. Roller Coaster Tycoon World was a disaster, wasn't it? Never heard of Roller Coaster Tycoon World. I mean, I've heard of Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, but I don't know anything about RCT3 World, though. I've never heard of it before. Sorry, I don't know much about it. Hi Eric, happy Sunday night. Oh, well, it's good to see you. Let me see. Cool, what game is it? It is... Let me see. It is, Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. Now, for those of you who have played it, you'll probably recognize it, but for those of you, who don't recognize it, I'm sorry. Basically, it's a roller coaster building game, and all you need to know is it's a terrible game. Are you looking forward to the new... Oh. Okay, back to my park. RCTW, I mean. Oh, okay. So guys, you guys are just joining in. Hi, everybody. So, this is a park that I've been working on for the last 3 weeks, and, I mean, for the last few months. Roller Coaster Tycoon World was an app that tried to attempt to be RCT4, but failed pretty badly. You better check this game. Oh, I'll check everything after. Are you looking forward to the new Incredibles movie? Not sure. I never really understood the first one, but I might understand the second one a little bit. War Wings. Oh, I heard about that. You told me about it, but I don't know how to play. Okay. So, we just got through New Orleans Square, and now we're heading our way to Critter Country and Splash Mountain, which took forever, let me tell you. So, exit for Haunted Mansion, and Splash Mountain is over here. Now, no, the other one is Good Avengers, and no, the one movie is Good Avengers Infinity War. Oh, okay. So this obviously says no entry because that's an exit. So, a lot of things are exaggerated here. Like, for example, the drop on Splash Mountain is much taller than its real-life counterpart. Do you hear that sound? That's a waterfall right there. So, basically, let me see if I can... Yeah. I'm trying to get good views for you guys. Oh, that's better. Let me see. So this is Splash Mountain, as you can see. It's got that famous drop on it. Colby Horton RCTW was also on PC, but multiple video game studios picked it up and dropped it, so it went down tons of devices, making it really confusing. Huh. Now originally my intention for this park was supposed to be just Splash Mountain, but however, it just grew into something huge. And there is Splash Mountain that I've built. Does it look like the real thing to you guys? Don't worry, we'll go on it soon. Let's see here. I'm just waiting for people to say something. Splash Mountain looks great, Eric. Oh, thank you. Well, I don't know what that... No wonder It wasn't as good. Oh, okay. RCTW must have been bad. Okay, so moving down this pathway, we can see the new railroad section for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which is massive, by the way. It took up a lot of space. I think this is Minecraft, like an early predecessor to it. I've only seen videos, but it was terrible. Oh. So here is Critter Country. It's a very backwoods woodland vibe that I'm getting. And here's the Hungry Bear, with very, very few seats. And here's the entrance to Splash Mountain, Pooh Corner. One of the greatest, the Hungry Bear. I can't decide what my favorite restaurant in Disneyland is. I can't decide whether it's the Hungry Bear, the Plaza Inn, or French Market. And here is the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, which I just finished literally today. And if you guys are wondering where does it take place, well, it takes place in this giant show building on the other side of these hills. So yeah, I like the Hungry Bear because they offer dinner passes to watch Fantasmic. It's the only reason you go. So this is the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Now, you guys are probably wondering, hang on, this music is way too loud. I can't even hear myself think. Okay, that's better. Better, okay. So if you guys are wondering, did I take a lot of time in this? Yeah, I did. I mean, look at this show building. Look at this. This is just for Winnie the Pooh. Look how big Splash Mountains is. So, this whole area that you see where my cursor is how big Splash Mountain took up. All this is Splash Mountain. My main question is, why are there only 2 people watching this awesomeness? I don't know, it might be laggy for me. I mean, maybe there's someone else here, they just haven't shown up yet. That's incredible, Eric. Oh, thank you. So Splash Mountain is one of the largest rides that I've ever done. I mean, it takes place 2 stories underground. And over here is the Haunted Mansion. So as you see, the Haunted Mansion is right there, and over here is the Haunted Mansion show building. And I know what you're thinking. Did you try and hide it? Yes, I did. I tried everything I could to hide these things. And as you can see, they're not very noticeable from ground level. I really love your park. I tried to make a park too, but mine didn't turn out very well because it's hard to make, because it's hard working with square pieces and not many angled pieces. Oh, well, it just takes practice. I've been playing for over 10 years. Let's see. So there's the Haunted Mansion show building, like the big graveyard scene. And as you see, the hills are meant to hide it from view when you're around it. So as you see, all these trees and everything that hide it from view, however, if you're on the other side of the lake here, then you're able to see it. Don't worry, Eric, the show building just looks like rocks and dirt from the ground level. It looks great. Oh, thank you. Now, one show building in particular that is very easy to see is Splash Mountains. Like, there's the roof of it right there where my cursor is. You see, Splash Mountain's show building is absolutely enormous, and so I had to take precautionary measures in order to hide it. So, for example, these spires that you see, and you see how that works? See what happens when I look away? So there's the show building as it is, and here it is from ground level. Originally these spires weren't here, and you could see the show building right there. I would never have the patience for a project like this, lol. Well, it just takes practice, like I said. So there's the show building for Splash Mountain, and Winnie the Pooh's is very difficult to see. Only at the entrance of the ride are you able to see the show building. Like here, for example, you're able to see the blue sky right there, but however, if you're anywhere else, then you won't be able to see it unless you have a really good eye. So, there's the railroad, so here's the railroad section, the new one, and also Fort Wilderness is actually open to the public, unlike in real life. This is probably one of the more fun places to build, because it's nice and it's tranquil out here. Castle Rock does not look like a castle at all. And I tried adding everything I could, but there's just some limitations in this game that you don't have. And I'm sorry, but we don't have Phantasmic. And also, I tried hiding the outside world as well. That's what these rocks over here, that's what these cliffs are for over here. So, when you're in New Orleans Square, it's very difficult to see the outside world. It just looks like sky. That's basically what I tried to do, just like what Disneyland does. So I tried hiding the outside world from peeping eyes so that you would feel like you're in another world. Stinking waterfall? But however, there are very rare occurrences when you can actually see the outside world. Like, I just discovered that right now. Thanks for helping me, guys. So, what ride did you guys want to go on first? Did you want to do the Railroad, Haunted Mansion, Splash Mountain, or the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh? I love how you use Disney magic in the parks in this recreation, and this is so cool. Haunted Mansion! Okay. Now, I'm very sorry, Haunted Mansion. Okay, so, just real quick, you guys are gonna have, I'm gonna have to break the magic real quick so that I can choose my music. So, oh, look at that! I got 114 notifications. Let me see here. What is going on? I don't know what's going on at all. Okay. So, real quick, I'm gonna have to change the music here so that I can... Good evening, Eric, to you. Have a wonderful week. Oh, why, thank you. Wait, could you make an infinite loop by recording your stream? Yes, I can. Look at that. Look at that. I'm actually recording my stream in infinite. Here, look at the top left. Oh my goodness, that's so cool. That is so cool. Look at that. It's recording itself. Oh man. That's so funny. I love it. I guess there's like a 10-second delay or something. I don't know. So real quick, let me see if I can find sad music for the Haunted Mansion, because it's supposed to be creepy. And all these are videos for my next Disneyland project. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I got it. Aha! There it is. So let's see. That's better. Back to the Haunted Mansion. Okay. So, I'm gonna take you through this like I would at Disneyland. So basically, I would see this dilapidated... Oh, skulls! I've seen a video where someone was trying to live tutorial and they said, can I watch myself? Then turned on the stream so there was an infinite loop of them yelling it. It won't stop! Okay, so if you notice, the path lights change whenever you're... The path lights change whenever you're... wherever you are. For example, these are like path street lamps, and these ones are Gothic ones. So basically, depending on where you are, will determine what you see. And also the fences change, too. Like, here's for New Orleans Square, and here's for Critter Country. As you can see, the two fences are very different from each other. Should I ride this at night? I feel like I should. Well, wait a second. Let me see if these lights are even on. Very subtle changes to add to the Disney magic. If only Disney World would do that. Let me see. Oh man, there's no lights in here. Okay, so apparently we're gonna have to go through this half during the day and half night. Okay, you guys are gonna be the first to experience my Haunted Mansion. So, let's head on in. And I'm not going through the queue at all, I'm just going through here. I'm excited. Even the elevators look creepy. So yeah, I did everything I could to make this as realistic to the original as possible. Let's see. I'm just gonna put these in testing for right now. Okay, down we go. Is this haunted room actually stretching? Or is it your imagination? Okay. Welcome, foolish mortals. Ah! Okay. Down into the corridor we go. Now, the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland, when you're going through the Hall of Paintings, I couldn't do that here. Like I said, there's very limited amount of things that you can do in this game. Stupid, Okay. Now we're underground. Okay. So as you see, it's very dark in here. Well, I guess it is since we're underground. So, continuing. So now we are in the Doom Buggy area. I made this large enough so that there would be many Doom Buggies on at the same time. Now I'm just gonna put one on because there's gonna be a lot of noise behind us. Okay, let's do this! And I'm gonna try and stare at everything. Here, this is a better view. Oh, that's better. What's with the ceiling? So it's not as slow as the original, but no flash pictures, please. I like that. So there's certain things in here that So there's certain things in here that I couldn't include. This is a very strange replica of the Haunted Mansion, but it works. Sorry about the twists and turns. Is that Madame Leota? It looks like a bunch of madams. So there's certain things in the game that wouldn't allow me to recreate the Haunted Mansion in full, so this is basically just a cheap copy. Dining hall. Okay, so now it works, and it's the closest you can get to the limitations in this game. Well, thank you. So this took forever. This is the bride's room, I guess. So let's see, there's stuff. That's not a crow, that's a skeleton. Till death do us part. Oh, dang it, I forgot to fill in those holes. So, this is probably my favorite part, where we lie back. This took forever. And this is basically underground, and then that section up there was above ground. So this has a lot of creepy stuff. Oh wait! I just remembered, I can have this at nighttime. That's better. Look at how nice that looks. Or at least how creepy it looks. I guess because of all the lights around here, that leads to lag problems, but there's so many skeletons. Is this what Walt wanted? Oh, they got eyes. Let me see. Oh, that works. So all this I built. I gotta put more roof panels in. I didn't know that those were there. This is probably one of the most detailed parks that I've ever done in my life playing on Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. Haunted house on the hill? We're in a haunted house. It's one of those cliches. Let's see. Oh, I remember this part. Beware of hitchhiking ghosts, which are non-existent. They have selected you to fill our quota. What's a quota? Okay, so I guess this is supposed to be like mirrors or something. So that was the Haunted Mansion. And here's a funny story, actually. It turns out that when you're in the Haunted Mansion, it's basically right up against Splash Mountain's massive show building. So basically, let me see. So this is part of the Haunted Mansion, as you see. There's two Imagineers working on the Haunted Mansion story. One wanted it to be scary, and the other wanted it to be fun. So the first half is creepy, the second half is fun. I actually know about that. Someone by the name of Claude Coates and Mark Davis both had a decision on what they wanted. And the first section is the Claude Coates part. There's no characters at all, just spooky stuff going on, and then the Madame Leota is kind of like a split in half, and then it goes to the Mark Davis part of the attraction where it's nice and funny. Okay, so then the Doom Buggies go through here, underground, and then back to the loading area. And this is actually the massive, this is actually a giant pathway that leads underground, right underneath Splash Mountain, and then back to, and then back here to the exit. It's so hard fitting all this stuff in. So, let me see. And Okay, so let me see if I can find, like, Western music. Let me see. I'm trying to think. Trying to think of, like, non-copyrighted music. Let me see here. So basically what I did there was, basically it took me forever to build that. That'll work. Nope. Let me see. Heartbreaking? No. Carefree? That'll work. Turns on most copyrighted music ever. No! Okay, so now on to Splash Mountain. Or at least Critter Country. So Critter Country took me probably the longest. And if you guys want to see what it looks like at night, stinking... there it is. Okay, so here is what the park looks like at night with all of its lights on. So as you see, it's not very lit up in some of the other areas, but however, it is lit up for most of it. Like here's New Orleans Square and the Haunted Mansion. Over here is Splash Mountain, which I exaggerated the lights a little bit. And as you see, it's very noticeable against the sky. But I find it's a little bit easier to ride during the day. Okay, so on to Critter Country. So now we would be walking up the pathway that goes over the Splash Mountain area. I couldn't make the trash cans change, but hey, what can I do? And I tried to make this section look as similar to the original as I possibly could, with the limitations that I had. Does it look like the real thing to you guys from this angle? I mean, it looks like it to me. Okay, so further into Critter Country we shall go. So here we will be walking underneath the train trestle and on our way over to Splash Mountain. Oh yeah, it's very easily recognizable. Let me see if I can find it. So here's the entrance to Splash Mountain, which is actually kind of a bad thing because the entrance is supposed to be here, but however, I don't know why I had to move it down here. And the entrance is down here when it's supposed to be under here. So that's something that I had to deal with when I was building this place. Certain things I couldn't do. But however, the good news is that you can't see New Orleans Square. So as we go further down, we can see the exit area for Splash Mountain, along with Pooh Corner. What's your opinion on Pixar Pier? Personally, I'm sad to see some of the rides being rethemed, but also very excited for what they're going to do with it. Personally, I feel like this hits a little too close to home for me. I mean, I'm a Disneyland purist, so basically, if they change anything with Disneyland, it just gets me infuriated. Like, why are you changing my rides? Because Walt said this because Disneyland is my land, so basically I'm upset, but I'm sure I will miss California Screamin' for sure. I never got to ride California Screamin'. I was going to, but I chickened out. So here we have Pooh Corner. That was me with Guardians of the Galaxy retheme. I still don't like it. I'm kind of mixed on it. So Pooh Corner is basically just one giant gift shop, which is basically what it is in real life. Oh, I accidentally pressed the reset key. So over here is the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, which I think is probably the least detailed ride in the park, while Splash Mountain and the Haunted Mansion are two of the most. And also, I have the Mark Twain and Tom Sawyer's Island here as well. So which one next? The Haunted So which one next? Splash Mountain, the Railroad, or any of the stuff on the Rivers of America? I'm just taking a look here to make sure that I did everything right. It looks like I did everything right. Splash Mountain. Okay, let's see. At the least, I'll probably get a copyright notice for this, but however, I'm going to use one of my old videos. Of Splash Mountain for this. Look at that still. Okay, let's see. Eric Ramirez Gaming 101, that's me. let's see here. That's better. Okay, let's get into this. So at the least I'll probably get a copyright notice for this, but however, I have videoed Splash Mountain numerous times before, and I feel like I would do okay with it. And besides, I put all the necessary copyright symbols in it too, so... So let's see. So, excuse me. So forgive me early on if I have to exit out of the ride. It's mostly just to keep in touch. It's mostly like to keep with the speed of the ride, because my ride is a lot faster than because my version of the ride is a lot faster than the one in real life. So okay, hopefully this works.
Sorry, it's going dark. Going dark.
Okay, let's get to this. I'll just let him tell you the whole thing. I'll just skip through the whole line. So you guys are gonna experience this for the first time.
Oh, we're almost there. We made it.
Here we go, people.
Yes, we made it.
Let me see.
Let's do this. Splash Mountain!
Yes! Nobody needs a Splash Mountain soundtrack when you have Eric going. I like that, thank you. Can you hear the music okay? Okay. I'll try and look at everything that I can. There's no one on this. We're the only people on it. I always put my hands up and scream on the first tiny drop. So do I. Oh, one sec. Accidentally messed it up. Let me see. Hang on. Let me see here. Sorry about this, guys. I accidentally forgot about the game music. That's better. And since I'm writing it at night, I thought I might as well do it at night. Let me see. Don't worry, your ride will continue momentarily. Thank you. Rest in pepperonis. What? It's rest in peace and whatnot. You'll see where that smoke's coming from in a little while. Like I said, I'll have to come out of the ride so that I can catch up with the music. It's so gorgeous at night. See, like I said, I have to come out of it every now and then. Coming out of it again. I don't want to go back to the main screen a bunch of times. So does the ride look like the real thing so far? What I love about Splash Mountain is that you get a great view of the entire park from the top. I agree with that.
Hey, someone's sleeping.
Here we go, people. Whoa! It's even better than the Haunted Mansion so far. Oh, just wait until you see the inside.
That's what you asked us.
Someone's sleeping. Now there's no animatronics in here, there's not very many at least. This is where some of them will be. Coming out of it again. And this time it's with the main screen. Yeah, there was a DLC that was tons of Disney stuff. I'd buy it. Oh, okay. Okay, that's better. Go. Going back into it. I like this area. It's got a nice canopy.
No frowns allowed, be careful.
That would be so cool if there was one. Whoa! Okay, no one sweared, okay. Those are supposed to represent beehives. They're a bunch of barrels. So this is like the laughing place or something like that. So there's not very much in here to look at. There's not very much in here to look at. Just like some bad lighting. I still love it though. Oh, thank you. We all know what this means. We all know what that is up there. Warning, Brer Rabbit is wasting my breath. Well,
I know what that is up there. There's only one fortress?
Here we go, people.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Judging by what happened to us earlier, I don't think we're safe.
Roast ya. No matter what you do, please don't bring me the rocket. Oh, hang on. Whoop, hang on. I'm sorry, put hands up. Good job for you. Sorry about that. Sorry about this. There's no music really here, so I mean, I noticed that that it wasn't going fast enough. I never put my hands up on the drop. I'm too scared. Same here. Okay, you know what happens here. We scream our heads off. How was your trip to Disneyland? We made it! If you guys enjoyed that, you'll enjoy the ending. I always love the ending of Splash Mountain. How was your trip with Alex? It was amazing. Coming out of the ride again. I don't want you to get a sneak peek. I remember when I was watching your first video, I thought the cheering was real at first. Aw. Sorry that I keep coming out of it. Here you go, everybody. That's what that smoking was. It's fine. I was going out a few times to line it up with the music. Thank you. I always love the ending so much. And hearing myself makes it better. I have to leave after the ride ends. Have a great week. I'll see you real soon. Bye. Have a nice night. And there was Splash Mountain. You can shut up past me. Okay. So, and whatnot is gone, so I hope you have a nice night. So, applause. So that was Splash Mountain. My replica, of course. So, was it better than you expected? Was all that waiting worth it? Don't worry, I'll see what it's like at the end. Okay, let's see. Like I said, the railroad does go through here. It was so worth it. Aw, thank you. So, if you're wondering, is there a Big Thunder Mountain? No, there isn't. I couldn't fit it in here, but there's a very close representation. This one is just a little piece of scenery, but I did include everything that I could come up with. Like, there's the Indian village, there's Indian chief with his horse and everything like that, in the form of animatronics, of course. As you can see, he's giving us a sign of peace. However, they're very tiny compared to this whole park. It was the wildest knot ride in the wilderness. I love that so much. Another another ride that I couldn't fit in here was I couldn't fit the Pirates of the Caribbean because it would have to go underground, and I thought that it would just mess up everything. So there's no pirates here, but if there was, if there would have been, then I would have wanted to, but however, there was just not enough space. Anyway, so yeah, there's the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh, obviously, which I shall show off in another video. Railroad, let's see. Might as well show you the railroad. Just so you guys can get a good grasp on it. Oh wait, hang on. I forgot the music again. What am I doing? Let's see. Aha! There we are. That's better. Okay. So, now we're gonna take a short trip on the railroad. Only the interesting parts, because there's not very many interesting sights to see. So there's us leaving the Haunted Mansion and New Orleans Square, which you'll be able to see later. Let's see. It kind of goes through the rock a little bit, sorry about that. So as you can see, this rock is meant to represent Splash Mountain when you're entering it, so here, like in real life, you can see the inside of Splash Mountain! And a little bit of the superstructure of the mountain itself, so... Whoa, I know, right? I told you that it went through. And you can see a little bit of the ride down below, like in real life. So here is where you can get a good view of Splash Mountain and Critter Country. And yes, I will be doing another video on this when the park opens. Eventually. It'll probably open up tomorrow or something like that. So as you see, it's a very gorgeous area. I love Critter Country so much. Although some things could use tweaking, I still like it. Can this thing go any faster? I can't, I'm not at the controls. So there's a Hungry Bear. It's not as big as it is in real life. It's such a scenic area of the park. I agree with that. And, oh, and here's something cool. If you notice, the foliage gets, the foliage actually changes depending on how close it... Like, for example, there's more bushes here, and then as you get further back, there's, like, smaller and smaller trees. Except for this one, but there's, like, desert plants everywhere, stuff like these. Bunch of trees like that as they get further and further away from the water line. That I thought would be something cool. So now we're leaving Critter Country behind, and we're on the new area of the Rivers of America. I think I went kind of overboard with these trees. I mean, they're terrifying. Let's see, where's the Indian tribe? I mean, the Indian chief. Well, there he is. Let's see. He's giving us a sign of peace. Make sure you wave to people on the Mark Twain. It's not running right now. And also, I figured out what the top speed of the Mark Twain is. I think it's around 5 miles an hour. So and here's that trestle that I like so much. There's Splash Mountain and the Haunted Mansion, barely. Fort Wilderness, and that train area that I was telling you about. This kind of represents Big Thunder almost. Hi, Emily. You missed out on a lot of stuff. Just go back further in the stream. Oh, there's the train. You'll get a chance to see it. Whoa! So that kind of represents like a runaway mine train almost. So here, we leave the outside world, and we enter a dark one, as you see. There's not much to look down here, so basically the only interesting parts are above ground, while the boring parts... Now, let me give you an idea of just how far you're traveling. So basically, you leave from the station here, where my cursor is, you make your way around the back of the Rivers of America, and then right in this area is where the train enters the tunnel, in this area here, and it goes underground, underneath all this stuff, underneath this pathway, underneath here, all the way over here, until it pops out again on the outer edge of the park, around right here, and then it goes in this fake tunnel, I guess, and it makes its way behind New Orleans Square, and then it comes out here, where it enters the station again. Well, I remembered. So here, we'll give you an idea. I like strawberries. Oh, I love strawberries. So as you see here, this is where the train is actually going. So it goes underneath all this stuff here, as you see. As you can see, it makes a very creative. It stinks the RCT3 sandbox can't be expanded to make an entire park as one RCT3 park. Agreed. So basically, it goes... Here, let me give you a good sense of idea. Let me give you a sense. So it goes underground here, underground, and then it pops up above ground, but it doesn't look like it though, and then it goes straight back to the station. So basically, you're just going underground half of the way. 1/3 is spent above ground, while the other half, half of it is spent above ground, while the other half is spent underground. So this kind of gives you an idea of just the extraordinary lengths that I went in order to create this park. So, Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Let's do this. This, I think, is probably the least detailed ride in the whole park, and you'll see why. Front row, baby. No music on this, I'm sorry. Originally, it was much faster. So this, I think, I wish that they would do in the real one. Kind of have you go through a couple of doors. They'll open, of course. So as you see, it kind of gives you the sense of entering another world. And the colored walls that you see are meant to represent hills and the sky and whatnot. And here is kind of where it transfers to the storm area. And it's supposed to be dark here, but I don't want to change it. Oh, and here's something. This wall actually has color changing, while the other wall doesn't have color changing. And here's where I guess, like, Pooh Bear is having his dream or something. You can actually see the outside world. I gotta fix that. So yeah, he's having his dream and he ends up going through here. That's so cool. Well, thank you. So yeah, this place is a lot better looking at night. Then, this is probably the least detailed area. It's like it's where Winnie the Pooh is having his dream, I guess. And as you see, I put colored walls everywhere. I gotta put more stuff in here. There's nothing here. This is probably the least detailed area of the whole ride. And we're not underground. We're actually above ground during this. While it looks underground, we're actually on ground level. And here I gotta put those Max, Melvin, and Buff heads. Yeah, there's certain things in this park that could have been done better, but I don't know how to fix those. So I guess that's where he's waking up from his dream and he has his birthday every 7 seconds inside this ride. Video on that eventually. And here's where he's getting his birthday presents. I really like the Easter egg to the Country Bear Jamboree. Well, thank you. And here is just a long ways back to the station, and you can see the outer edge of Splash Mountain's massive show building. Could have hidden it better, but what can I do? It actually turns out that Splash Mountain is the highest point of elevation in the entire park. Now, the real Splash Mountain is 87 feet tall, while mine is 104 feet tall. Think about that. So the drop itself, let me go into construction mode real quick, and look at this. The drop is 86 feet tall. It doesn't look like it, does it? So that's how tall it actually is, but looking underground, you can see it goes down a couple of feet. Like, there's the drop in its entirety. Like, it goes right up there, and then it goes down here. Let me see if I can pull up how tall the mountain is. So this is the last thing before I go. So, let's see. Aha! So here marks 105 feet. So basically the mountain is... Let me see, how tall is it? Oh, there's another marker. Let's see. So this one is 78 feet. So the mountain is probably about 120 feet tall. So my mountain is very different from the original, but it looks like the real thing up close, doesn't it? Feet and measurement in this game is very different than the original. I mean, than in real life. Wow, that's impressive. I know. And I made this, and you know those 2 stations that I had at the end of the ride at the Zippity Doo-Dah scene? Those are there to, those are actually there to, so that I can have more logs in, because this station wasn't long enough to handle all the logs that were supposed to be circulating through this ride. So basically, in here, oh, yeah, so 120 RCT3 feet is probably close to 80 or 90 feet. Oh, okay. Oh no, we got a breach. Got a breach. So you guys are gonna see how I fix this kind of stuff. This is just temporary real quick. So just real quick, let me fix those holes in the Haunted Mansion that I forgot, that I didn't know existed. Building this one was so time consuming. Let me see. If you guys want me to show off how I build these parks, let me know in either a comment or in the chat. So basically, if you guys want me to show off how I make my parks, then let me know. Because I like showing my stuff. It kind of gives you ideas, doesn't it? So let's see. I'm just fixing this real quick. I'm not doing much. Let's see here. Where are those holes? I saw them. You should show more RCT3 walkthroughs. Oh, okay. That gives me an idea. I'll probably show off more of my original Ericland videos, too. Okay. So, I think the park is finished. Just gotta add more stuff in the Winnie the Pooh section, and that's it. Let me see. So, I'm gonna head back to Splash Mountain, and you're gonna get a view of it before I go. So, I don't know why, I think Splash Mountain's my favorite ride in Disneyland. Oh, and I have to show this. I actually have the Columbia and Fowler's Harbor. Here, I'll show you the Mark Twain, so that you guys aren't left on... So you guys left on a cliffhanger. Let me see, I'm pretty sure if I launch it, it's one of my favorites too. Oh, let me see. I think by the time I feel like by the time we get to Splash Mountain that we might be able to see those logs go down over the drop. So let me see if I can time those logs perfectly, because my Mark Twain riverboat goes really slowly. As you see, how many logs are you counting? Yeah, there's a lot of logs. There's 14 of them on this ride. So this kind of gives you an idea of how many I needed. Okay, so now I'm pretty sure I'm hoping that by the time we get to Splash Mountain on the Mark Twain, then we might be able to see those logs go down. Because look at how slow it goes. Look how slow this thing goes. I'm pretty sure by the time we get to Splash Mountain, we'll be able to see those logs. Here, let me put it at normal speed. Jeez, that is one fast rowboat. Oh, and look, floating barrels. Let me see if I can get up high. Oh, that's so funny. Where are we going? We are so close to the shore. So there's... Have you played and or finished all the RCT3 career mode levels? No, I only tried it once and I didn't like it. So I never liked it, I'm sorry. So there's New Orleans Square, and we're coming up on Splash Mountain. So I'm pretty sure I've launched 14 logs, which is how many there are. So I'm pretty sure that we'll be able to see those logs by the time the Mark Twain gets there. Hopefully. Let me see, are they coming? They're not coming! And the Mark Twain's getting close. Oh, here they come! Oh, we missed it! Oh my goodness. Okay, let me try that again. I'm sorry if this seems tedious to you guys. Okay, let me see if I can get those logs to go. So we just gotta wait a little bit longer. Come on. Come on, do it for Uncle Eric. I'm just wrapping this up. I'm just trying to see if I can spot those logs going down the drop on Splash Mountain real quick. I mean, I've seen them from Tom Sawyer's Island, but I haven't seen them on the Mark Twain yet. Let me see. So here's a view from Tom Sawyer's Island. Well, that's better. So as you see, you can see Splash Mountain off in the distance unloading all of its cargo. Am I saying that right? So let me see if I can find... Just real quick, I'm gonna change the music. It's boring. Let's see. One of my favorite songs. Aha! Another one from Zach Scott? Okay, that's better. So are you guys enjoying the stream so far? I'm sorry if it's boring. Okay, now we just need to ride the Mark Twain all the way over. Hey look, it's Perry the Panda. It's not boring at all. Well, thank you. You guys are so supportive. I love you guys. But not in a weird way. Forget I said that. I like you guys. You guys are so supportive. Okay. So let's see if I can get those logs to go down at the right time. Let's see. I gotta look. Why can't my cursor move any faster? I don't see them. Oh boy, here comes the Mark Twain. Wait, was that it? Aha! There they come. Okay. And just in time. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's get on this thing and see if we can spot those boats. Let's see. It's so weird from this angle. Oh, there they are. Let me just zoom out a little bit. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. Oh, I love seeing those logs. Oh. Okay. Let me just close everything real quick so that nothing is working. Oh, wait, I don't want to close the elevator. Let's see, Mark Twain Riverboat. Let's see. Ultimate picture spot. I agree with that. I love the Mark Twain so much. Let's see, Mine Train Coaster. Gotta keep that up. Okay, everything is closed. Okay, so guys, that was my replica of let's see, of the western end of Disneyland. Now, if you guys want me to show off more of this park in the future, like once it's open, then let me know. Because I am happy enough to show you guys everything, so love it. Oh, thank you. So guys, I am going to go, let's see. That's better. I'd really like to see more of it. Okay, so I'll show you everything so I'll show you more of the RCT3 stuff once this park is open. So, so you guys are just gonna take one last look at Splash Mountain before I go. So guys, that was RCT3, RCT3 Disneyland. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you again for another video. Bye-bye! Oh wait, this is better. One sec, just waiting for the did-it-do.